Hi, Owen. Hi. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, hang on, you guys. Just setting up right now. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, it's bopping. Yeah. Hi, Bricks. Hi, everybody. Okay. Is the music too loud? Wait, let me check the restream. Right, hang on. Let me check. I'll lower the volume a bit. Okay, I think that's fine. Now it's too quiet. Okay. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Welcome. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're from. I hope everybody had a good morning so far. I should go get my coffee, actually. Hang on. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Hi. Okay, it is way too cold. Okay. Clink. Anyway, she's running away already. Get her. Okay, hi everybody. Okay, so I don't know which of you people were there for this. I don't know how many of you guys know what happened a few hours ago. But basically, I accidentally streamed on Twitch because that's so like me to do something like that. You watch the VOD, god fucking damn it. Yeah, it took me like 10 whole minutes before I figured out how to end my stream. So yeah, that was that was very embarrassing. But anyways, so what happened was, let me just explain what happened. So I was in the middle of setting up my. Oh no, I missed it. It's okay. It never happened. I made everybody swear to secrecy. Yeah, no, that was the crazy part. Okay, so basically, as you guys know, I've been preparing a bunch of stuff for my Twitch preparation because I really want to stream I really want to start streaming on Twitch by like the end of the month. But I have a lot of stuff to prepare for since I'm doing all the assets and stuff by myself. Speaking of which, if you guys hadn't already, follow me on Twitch in case I have another accidental stream. So you guys like don't miss it. Anyways, welcome Stuff Crash. Well, yeah, nice to see you guys again. But yeah, no. So if you haven't already, follow me on Twitch. It's like at Enaria Liliales. One word, no spaces, and yeah. So basically, I'm hoping to stream on Twitch. I thought about doing YouTube, and then I saw all like the little features that Twitch has and OBS have, and I was just like, that looks so fun. I want to use that, and it's just kind of you can just kind of. Oh come on, this is the freaking ads. I want to get an ad blocker for my phone. I don't know if there's like a phone app that could act as like an ad blocker for YouTube. I don't know if that happens. Because I use like Opera GX, and that's why I never get ads for my YouTube videos if I watch on my computer. But I have arrived. Oh, like nice to see you. Yeah. Okay, I can't pronounce that. Google Tol fan. Anyway, so to summarize, I have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Like I'm constantly working on stuff. Like if that's why I've been trying to kind of ease up on streaming a bit just so that I can still stream for you guys while also making sure that I have enough time to sleep and eat and also work on things, And thank you for the socials. Ivan. You can install Kiwi browser and install an ad blocker. Ooh, Kiwi browser. I haven't even heard of that. Until I reach. Hey, congrats! I don't know what is the difference between So so can I ask you guys a random question? Because I was like trying to sort this out on my Twitch settings. But what is a bit, and how is that different from like a normal donation? Like how what's the difference between bits and donos? I don't really get it. I don't really watch a lot of streams. It's just like I hear about these things and I see them sometimes, but it's different from actually knowing what they are. You know. Bit is Twitch currency. Twitch gets a cut from that. Oh, okay. So wait, but what about like a normal dono then? Like where does that? I thought that's where they get their cut from. Um, from YouTube revanced. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Wait, does YouTube revanced work for like mobile apps, like the mobile version? It's like free currency. I think you can buy. They're usually ways for change. Oh, okay. Wait, are bits different from like points? Does not have donations natively. Oh, okay. A bit is like any. Got you. Okay. See, that's technology's hard. I'm just a silly woman. Where's my money? I can imagine like Twitch getting angry because it's like, hey, why are you telling people to donate to your Cash App? Where's our money, streamer? Something you earn by watching or being subscribed. Yeah, it's like that's the thing too. It's like having to like make money, but it's like if you donate like let's say like $100, you only get like a little bit of that, and it's so sad, but that's just how things work. um yeah, and oh, speaking of which, so I have no more items on my throne. So if you guys have any suggestions, you can send me some items on throne. Just as I can't receive the items directly, so you can't like buy anything for me really, but you can just like give me suggestions for like wish list items or something, because I don't know what else to get. I already have everything I need. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm just Manisan keeps saying, Enaria, get a new gaming chair. Like you keep sitting on that broken one. I'm just like, I will get a chair once this one no longer stands upright, you know? Where's my free coins? Aw, you're so sweet. Has been around for like 15 years. They keep stapling new systems onto the old ones, so there's a lot. Oh, yeah, that must be annoying. Welcome to everybody who just joined. Hi, how are you? Channel points, and you get affiliate or like fictional. Oh, that's the thing too. It's like I had to look into how you can get like this type of thing in the first place, and apparently I need to like reach a certain amount of streams first before I can even have redeems and stuff available for my channel. So I think I need to be streaming like a whole month first, and I'm just like, no. I wanted to have the redeems as soon as possible. God damn it. So many rules. That's the thing too. It's like having to. I'm a very tech illiterate person. Okay, like I am not great. I am not friends with technology at all. Like we are in a very spiteful relationship. So when I had to set up all the Twitch stuff yesterday, I had to go through so many things, and I was just like getting all and I was led to believe that I was there was like a possibility of streaming on Twitch without actually like streaming publicly, right? I thought I could do like a private stream and like test things out. But then I accidentally started an actual stream, and I fucked up, and I was so embarrassed, but like I was so sad that I spoiled a little bit of my Twitch overlays and stuff in my background. So it's yeah, like I said, it took me a whole 10 minutes before I figured out how to end my stream. I thought there would be like an end stream button on Twitch. Apparently it's all in OBS. So I was very silly about that. I was just looking for a button anywhere on my screen on Twitch. 500x. Okay, you guys can do streaming without a camera, so you can stream games. Silly. I know. I'm very silly. I'm a silly woman. Good thing you didn't share your stream key. Yeah, they made it very clear I'm not supposed to do that. They're just like, don't share it with anybody. Promise. I'm like, okay. Work though. Yeah, at least the notifications work. At least the freaking notifications worked, so that's the thing too. I had input, what is it called, like the chat overlay. So I'm really happy that hang on. Freaking ads. I was really happy that like the chat worked, so that was good because I remember when I was looking. Hi to everybody who just joined. What we drinking today? Well, right now it's a chill stream, so I'm just drinking a coffee. Yeah, no booze. I still haven't tried an Irish coffee. What is the booze that they put in Irish coffee, or do they just mean any alcohol? I always see like these dudes in media putting like a flask of alcohol and then pouring it into like their coffee. I'm just like, what's that one? You're drinking coffee? Yeah, I'm chilling right now. My friend met her. Oh, okay. We'll call like you need to chill out, man. Like let's focus on the topic at hand, okay? Whiskey probably. I figured it would be whiskey or vodka or something. I don't know if tequila. Tequila have a taste. I only know tequila has like a burning sensation. Anyways, guys. So yeah, I was I was unfortunately, a lot of you people showed up to my test stream. By the way, I did say in my title that it's a test stream, and I specifically said do not enter. And what did you guys do? Not that you you entered the stream, and I was so embarrassed. You saw me like goofing around, panicking, which is very sorry. Fuck off. Very funny though because I know like I wanted to take some time preparing for Twitch debut, right? That's why I didn't want to stream right away. I wanted to be like a bit more careful about the stuff on stream before I just, because I don't want to like rush things and then like have like a lot of like fuck ups. I know scuff is normal, but it's like a scuff is one thing, but stuff like just the technical issues being like I don't know, just having like the wrong settings, for example, that's something that I don't want to deal with. Because you don't have to test the stream on your main account. I I ain't know. I ain't know that. I'm sorry. uh, I didn't even think about using my alt account. No, because here's the thing, right? The thing with me is that troubleshooting while on stream is something I'm not very good at. Like I panic very easily. Scuff is funny, but yeah. So it's listen. I'm like, have you guys ever seen the movie? Have you guys ever seen the movie Inside Out 2? And like there's like four new emotions, or I guess five, but like that one doesn't count. There's like four new emotions, and one of them is anxiety. And the thing with anxiety is that they basically like do that whole like Doctor Strange thing where they see like multiple futures, and you're just like trying to avoid the worst ones possible, as much as possible. And then that's pretty much how I am as a person. I over prepare and I overthink, and because I don't want to mess up, but because I panic, so it's like I don't know what to do when I'm having a problem. Like I'm just like, oh no. New emotions DLC. Yeah, exactly. No spoilers. Exactly. It's like that's why I was so upset that you guys saw some of my stream stuff. Luckily, this is what I thought was so funny. But when I when I was streaming, the thing that I wanted to keep a secret from you guys guys were certain features, certain overlays, background stuff that are still like under construction. And something that you guys don't know about is like there is a difference between like the facial tracking and rigging here on AniLive versus like on like normal like VTube Studio. So it was so funny because I had like those VTuber assets, those post-it notes, and I had like a silly doodled face on my actual face. So it was kind of like I was censoring myself. So you guys don't even get spoiled with that. So I was really happy that I just happened to have that when I accidentally streamed, you know? So even like the facial rigging didn't get spoiled. So I was really happy because I had like one of my facial toggles on, and so I'm glad that it didn't get spoiled. So yay! The post-it notes that it definitely seemed on brand for me to accidentally stream and then have that be what I look like. It's kind of like if you guys accidentally walked in on me and like saw me in like weird cosplay. That's how silly it looked for, oh, you know what? That's actually happened to me a couple times where it's like I would be doing a cosplay test in my room and then my mom would walk in and then see me in costume. I've got like face paint on my face and like my hair is in a wig cap, so I look bald. Very silly, very silly. I thought that was on purpose. Not gonna lie. Yeah, like let's not overestimate me too much. You know, have reasonable expectations for me, please. But anyways, as I mentioned, so like a lot of you guys weren't able to catch the stream. And I already deleted the VOD. So you know I didn't want any evidence of that. But you know it's like I think you, yeah, you get a notification. So make sure to follow me on Twitch, as I said, at Enaria Liliales. That way you don't have to like scour the internet for that. You know, just yeah, just follow me ahead of time so that you'll get a notification when I'm going to go live on there. So yay! Like even if you miss my debut stream, you know, I'll put up the VOD. Don't worry. Post make a funny emote down the line. Probably, yeah. Maybe I should make it look like Budo-kun's facial expression. Like you know how like Budo has like that very blank expression on his face. Maybe I should make a post-it note with that. That sounds really funny. Over a month ago, yeah, let's go. And ooh, internet, fix yourself. But anyways, so aside from that, if you guys haven't checked already, I am doing some stuff for my Twitch at the moment. So if you haven't seen it, on my channel on Twitch, I do have panels. I didn't know what these I didn't know that this was a thing, and so I was like, oh, what are those? And then I quickly whipped up some panels and I immediately made like a bunch of stuff for my about page on Twitch. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I made them myself. What do you guys think of them? Your VOD settings are set already. Yeah, no, that's the thing. On OBS, I found the button. I found fuck. There's so many freaking settings. I swear to God. I found the button that automatically records as soon as I go live. So like that was unfortunate. I didn't know how to like record while I was streaming. So at least I found the button now. Yay! The streamer's internet fault at the same time. Oh my gosh, we're so parasocial. All the Buddha. Ah, thank you for following. That's the thing too. I'm planning on adding as many Budo merch as possible for my assets. Is I'm already like working on a bunch of them. I feel bad that I can't spoil them. Like as much as I want to like tease it, like I want to like keep it a secret until the day itself. It'll be better when I do like the full reveal, you know. So like just be patient for now, and then yeah, like I said, some people already saw what the stream overlay in the background is gonna look like. So some people already know what it looks like, unfortunately. But like I hope you guys liked it so far. I don't. I was kind of worried that not having like a fully illustrated like background would look kind of weird. And then I kind of like stepped back and thought about it for a second. I was like, you know what, I'm comparing myself to people that have been streaming for 3 to 5 years. Like I just started, so I really should kind of ease up a bit. Like it's okay to start off slowly. Like I was spending like the past 2 days going through a bunch of just kind of stream hopping with a bunch of VTubers on Twitch just to see what each of them do for like their stream setups, and like seeing the different overlays, the stuff they put in their panels, like that sort of thing. And I realized even like the biggest streamers don't even have a custom chat. Like they don't even have like a chat overlay. So I'm just like, oh, I'm really just putting in a lot of effort when it's like not really necessary. Like you could always just raw dog streams and it's perfectly fine. It's kind of normalized. It's just like a lot of people like myself, for example, we see what like the people, the corpos that have like a lot of financial backing or whatever. Oh, hang on, is it already? I mean, Toblerone. I want to get some Toblerone. But anyways, it's like yeah, it's like I can take my time with this, like doing like all the Twitch setups and even just like making. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope you have a good day at work, Ivan. Bye bye. I sound like I sound like we live together. I'm just like you, yeah. I'd go like "Itterashai." It's so funny. Yeah, come back safe. Anyways, so that's what I think is so interesting. I was putting so much effort on myself trying to be like, oh, I need to do this, this, and this. I need to like fully animate this. And then when I looked at like people like Iron Mouse and like all these like corpos and like really big indies, I'm just like, oh wait, they don't even have like a fancy like chat overlay. It's just they don't even have widgets or anything. It's literally just like the very basic chat overlay, and I'm over here like stressing over things that aren't necessary. Like as many people have put it, it's like you can get away with just raw dogging a stream, but I'm just like I'm having too much fun, I guess, coming up with like these like cool little features. Like for example, like the panel PNG. I didn't need to do that, but I wanted to, the boons of being exactly. Hi Blank, hello, hello. That's what most people starting streaming don't get, right? Oh, that's the thing too. A lot of new VTubers, for example, think like, oh, I need to drop thousands of dollars on a model, and then they just never stream. And I'm just like, bro, this is like a horribly, like this is like a horrible waste of money. You can get away with a PNG model. You can get away with like no model at all. Actually, it's like you don't need to be a PNG tuber. Like you can just have like an OC and then just kind of like milk the heck out of that on social media, and then you don't, if you're like, especially like gaming streamers, like gaming VTubers spend so much money on background and like their model, and then but like they can get away with like no cam. There's so many like big streamers that don't even have like a face cam or anything, so that's interesting. It's like make content and then invest, or you could like start. It's basically like you have to know what your future, like the next few months, you have to know what that's gonna look like. You can't be like, I'm gonna drop like $12,000 on a really cool model and then stream only like twice a month, or even like not even that much. They don't even like make videos or anything. That's why like VTweeters kind of get like a bad rap, because like all they do is like tweet, but they never make content. Even if you make YouTube shorts, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to stream, but it's like do something with like the money you invested. Mm-hmm, Yeah, the VTweeters, yeah. Even a free model from Steamworks. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like I was going on booth and I saw like all these VR VR chat models that were really really affordable. And there's even like free to use models as well. Like, Vroid Studio is like free to use. So you can just like customize your own model and like, be done with it. And there's like a bunch of like yeah, like I said, like there's a bunch of like affordable 2D models, there's a bunch of affordable like 3D models, and you can just do whatever. And even if you just want to use like a PNG, that's perfectly okay too. You don't need to have like a fully customized like design. It would be nice to have an OC design just for like branding, but you don't need it. You don't really need it. Hi anime. Hello, hello. Hi. Thank you for following me. Also, yeah, welcome to all the people who just joined my AniLive stream. Hello, hello, welcome. 5 to 10 viewers at a time, so it feels like we're hanging out. Yeah, it's really nice. I like hanging out with chat. I use it. Yeah, it's like that's a that's a thing. Thank you, lovers. That's the thing too. It's like people overemphasize like very insignificant things. Like they put so much time and effort into the wrong things. I think because at the end of the day, if people like you enough, they're not gonna care what your model looks like. It's like you can get away with like a really poorly rigged or poorly designed model. As long as the content is good, people will look past that. And so it's just one of those things. A lot of people are like, no, I need to look a certain way, but then it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't. Why does Disney Plus have Grey's Anatomy on there? It doesn't matter if you don't actually make any content, because why should people watch someone that has a cool model if the model isn't being used for anything? It's like you're getting clout on Twitter, but like what are you gonna do with that clout? Like what are you gonna use that for? Barely fit 10 in my room, so 5 people is a party already. I love the idea of having like a close knit community, because it's like it makes me happy knowing that some of my regulars become friends with each other. Like that's really nice. It's like we're the usual suspects. We're just it's just like, oh, like have like seeing the same people over and over again. It's really nice. It's like you guys aren't always here, but when you are, it's like I do notice. It's very noticeable to a streamer when you show up a lot. Pre-made models too, for example, that are like $20 max. Yeah, my friend told me that he got like a $20 model before, and I was just like, I didn't know you could get a model like that. I thought they were always like hundreds of dollars, but no, there's like a bunch of pre-made ones. I'm hoping to do that in the future too, because I do have like a Ko-fi or a coffee, whatever, however you pronounce it. And I was hoping on making pre-made models in the future. I have to like sort that stuff out with Manesans though, because it's like it involves money and it involves my branding as Enaria. So we're not really sure how to like go about it. So that's we're gonna discuss that later on. But like I don't have any pre-made models yet. But I am also thinking of making base models. So even if you don't like any of the designs I put up on my store, you could always just use like the body base model that I'm gonna put up. So I'm gonna have like male. I'm gonna have like female bodies. I'm gonna have like lollies and shotas as well, in case you want those types of body types. Like which is it's so funny that I'm like talking about this, because like there was some drama online recently about calling that type of thing. What was it? Dragon Quest? Yeah, I think it was Dragon Quest. And basically they had to change like the name of like female body and like male body. They had to change that to type A and type B. And I'm just like, you're still kind of like working within like a binary. And I don't know, it's just like people are so strange, because like Westerners, take that so seriously, like gender identity and stuff like that. When honestly, when you're in the anime community or in the gaming community, it's barely anything. It's like a guy can play as a female character all the time and then never feel like he's actually secretly trans, or like a person that female presenting can play a like a hot guy, and it's like whether or not they feel like they want to be a hot guy, it doesn't really matter, because like it's up to you to decide what your character is gonna be. Like that doesn't really it doesn't really reflect much. Like sometimes I'll talk to certain friends, right? And sometimes their only reasoning is that some like in some games the outfits are very very different depending on like the gender of like the character. So let's say if you want like really flamboyant outfits, you're gonna have to go with like a female body type, because like they're very like they usually like push the envelope when it comes to like um intricate designs. Like they're gonna put you in like a really frilly dress or whatever, but like a guy will just have like a normal suit. And then in some games, you'll be like, oh, I don't want to use like a female model because the armor is always like a bikini, and I want to use like an actual like medieval armor. Don't really take it seriously. Their big companies are just that's true. It's like it depends on what kind of person you are and how you take this whole thing. But on this human seller, but seriously, it is just kind of I want to make it as accessible as possible to people. And like as I mentioned, I do have like a bunch of unused like VTuber designs, so I can either scrap them forever and just like like bid those things goodbye, or I can make use of them and give them to someone who will use them. Because I'm not going to use them anymore, so I might as well sell them. And don't worry, I'm not going to be charging like $1,000 per model. Don't worry, I'm not like that skilled yet to like even think I can come close to that price. But I should be able to make some that are like in the $25 range to like $700 range. So it's not gonna go over like $1,000. Yeah, because I have like some simple designs, and I have like more intricate designs. But I do want to sell like just like the base models as well, so that people can customize their own designs. That's the thing that's so funny about having like those base models, is like you buy the thing and then you go to a different artist and ask them to draw like the other features for you. So it's like you buy a model from somebody, because like I've seen this a lot. Like I've seen like base models on other people's stores. You buy a base model and then go to another artist and be like, okay, I got this thing for like $50. Can you draw hair and stuff? So I think that's very interesting. So what is coffee ASMR? Oh, it's literally just like me doing this. Oh no, I think my ice melted. Let me go get more ice. Hang on. I completely forgot I had my coffee here. Yeah. Clinky clink clink clink. I want a hybrid vampire and werewolf together type of model. How would that even work? Okay, so what features of each character would you like to highlight? Because in my opinion, it would kind of look more like, so you'll have like the wolf ears and maybe like the long nails, like the stiletto nails, like those sharp nails. A lot of these types of designs have. And then you would have well, I mean, obviously both types of characters would have fangs, so you're gonna have fangs regardless. But like a lot of the time, a werewolf character is kind of like scruffy and a bit more masculine, whereas like a vampire is a bit more elegant. Or you could go into a more e-boy route with that, very goth. So it's like if you could somehow just decide if you want to be a bit more like would you rather be handsome or beautiful, like and so yeah, um all their strengths and none of their weaknesses. Hmm. I think vampires usually are kind of twinky. It's like I don't know. It's just that's just what I've noticed. Like with goth culture, they do kind of have that as like their standard or like their beauty standard, right? Where it's like a pale, tall, skinny white dude or something. Well, it doesn't have to be white, but it is like the common aesthetic in mind, right? Garlic makes you manly. I love garlic. I was just thinking of like making some alio olio earlier. It's so basically what you do is like you I think it's like a medium heat, like a medium high like heat, like in a skillet, and then you pour in some olive oil, and then sliced garlic, and then red chili flakes, and then you just like pour in like a little bit of like pasta water, and then stir the pasta around. And I'm just like, I want to make some. I have all those ingredients. I want to make some pasta. Shiny dog. Oh my god. Oh, you're thinking of the Edward Cullen Twilight type of vampire. Or do you mean like shiny as in like Pokemon? Wait, no. On a purely liquid diet would be oh gosh. It's censored for me. How do I get rid of that censor? It's the guys that had all the flamboyant outfits. That's exactly what it is, though, because if you this bummed me out so much, but there was this person. I forgot his name, but there was this person in like the Victorian era that was basically like a commoner. He was like a peasant, right? And he was trying to make it seem like, ooh, like what are all these like rich people doing with their like corny ass outfits? They look so weird and girly. Like not like me though. Like there's something cool about the minimalism of a normal suit. And so a bunch of people started dressing in plain suits, and that became like the standard for menswear. And I'm just like, that's the one person that I would have beef with if I ever saw him. Like it's on site for me. Like you ruined the aesthetics of the world. Like how dare you? Twitch chat, click your icon, chat filters. Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. It's actually explicit language. How dare you turn this off for me? Profanity question. Oh yay. Okay, let me see. What's your secret word? Oh, that was it. Was this word correctly hidden? I don't know. Is it? I'm gonna. Ooh, she's turning off filters. Keck W, as the kids say. No filters. We're raw dogging my Twitch chat. Let's go. Um, it would look like a werewolf. At least the face part would. I think. I'm trying. You know what's like a really funny cross between like a werewolf and like the vampire aesthetic? That freaking white werewolf character from Zenless Zone Zero. Cause like he's like a fancy little butler that wears it's like a suit. He has like a freaking muzzle on, and then he has like a Victorian suit. I would the guy. Yeah, would. Inventing a time machine to change it. I would absolutely go back in time just to make sure that the straight men of today feel comfortable dressing a little bit better. Like it's like, listen, I get that you find hoodies and basketball shorts comfortable, but come on, it's winter, It's like, we get it. You're straight. It's fine. You can put on like a little turtleneck. It's not gonna ruin your your image. Peanuts. Yeah, I can see the words. I can see the silly words. I want to put peanuts. Graphic tee and blue jeans until I die. That's what I consider a casual outfit. Um, like I know some people think of that as like dressing up, but that's me dressing down. Like I am not comfortable unless I'm wearing like 3 layers. I'm gonna put on like some stockings, a skirt, a turtleneck, a jacket or something, and I'm gonna accessorize the heck out of my outfit. It's like I don't feel comfortable dressing that casually because I'm like, oh man, I can't. I want to be the best dressed wherever I go. Because here's my thing. Growing up, my dad always emphasized looking presentable before leaving the house, and so that kind of instilled like this thing in me where I'm constantly worried about the way I look. And here's also another thing about me is that because I'm so insecure about the way I look, I'm like distracting you with how nice my outfit looks because it's like you can say that I'm ugly, but you can't say that I don't dress well. Like it is definitely a defense mechanism. Where jeans hair like the cold to a fault. Any shirt that fits you. That's a that's a grim way of saying that. It's like, oh, I'll wear any shirt that I can wear. It's like, okay. Thank you, William. Yeah, no, it's like I don't know what it is about guys kind of not encouraging other guys to like dress well. It's like I don't know if you guys have ever come across these types of TikToks or whatever, but girls are constantly giving each other advice for like fashion hacks or clothing hacks. Like just earlier, I saw this life hack where you could put on a strapless dress and then use a tank top of the same color and basically fake the over the shoulder dress look. And I'm just like, why don't guys do that for each other? Why can't you guys give each other tips on how to make your sweater look a little bit more presentable, or like how to like fake like a 2 layered shirt or something? Like casual outfit. I misunderstood that you meant your second. Oh no, 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 no. The casual outfit for my my second outfit is going to be like sleepwear, that like basically the stuff that I would wear if I was just like hanging out in my bedroom. Like this dress is what I would wear if I was to go to social gatherings, or if I went to go visit someone, or if I had to go to like, not necessarily a party, but just like a casual party, not like a gala, but more like someone's birthday. And so like my second outfit would just be like my casual wear that I would be wearing like in the comfort of my own bedroom. Like I'm not even going out to meet family members in this outfit. It's gonna be like a night dress and a little cardigan. Toxic masculinity. Call me Billy. It's like, Billy, you're so gross. You see your bro with a new shirt and you're like, looks cool, wanna eat pizza? I don't think you guys even comment on those types of things. Have you guys ever complimented a guy friend on his outfit? Like, do you guys ever do that? Like, I think the most I've seen is when guys comment on each other's shoes, but that's just like the shoe heads, that they're just talking about like shoe game at that point. So it's not really the same as complimenting a full outfit. It's like if girls only talked about each other's bags. It's not exactly as good as like complimenting an entire outfit. Busy giving each other advice on how to change water. I'm too silly, I'm too much of a silly woman to understand things like, oh, like if only someone could help me change my tire. Like, oh, like you're such a big, strong and handsome man. Like I can't understand any of this car mechanic stuff. Like what did you say that was? I don't know. I can't understand. Like this is the how do you cool the defibrillator? Like, are you gonna use your stethoscope to fix up a car? I don't know the parts. I don't know the names. Nice pants, bro. Nice shirt. No, no, freaks. Because it was a ridiculous outfit. I like that shirt. Where'd you get it? You know what? There's this. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but there is this girl thing that happens a lot where someone will ask someone where they got like a dress or a top or something, and then sometimes those other women will gatekeep, like they'll basically like not tell you where they got something because they don't want other people to have the same thing. And I'm just like, oh, that's not very that's not very nice. It's like, why are you gatekeeping a dress, bro? Chill out. It's like they mass produced a product for it to be sold to the masses. You don't, unless it's like a custom made item, and it's, it's haute couture. It's, it's for it's bespoke. Unless it's like something that was tailored completely for you. It's like a one of a kind thing. You can't expect people, to not buy something just because you also own it. It's like, imagine people being like, oh, like this is my dachshund poodle mixed breed. You can't have a dog like that. You have to go get a different dog. It's very weird. Keep a dress. Yeah, it is a weird thing. That's why, like, girls love it when other girls tell them exactly where they got an item. It's like, oh, like, here's a shop that I got this from. Gaslight gatekeep girl boss, exactly. I did have a guy offer to buy the T-shirt off my back once because he thought it was cool. That's such a that's such a dude thing to say, though. like, like, they could just ask you like where you got it, but they're just like, hey, can I have your shirt? Yeah, they don't want you to know the price exactly. That's the thing. It's so cute when girls get excited over like the things they wear. It's just like, look at my dress, and they're just like, oh my god, I love your dress, where'd you get it? And then I was like, thanks, I got it from this store. Look, it has pockets. I only got it for like $30. Like, it's so cute when they talk like that. It's so silly. Was going down an elevator, then I heard a girl behind me tell her friend, look, that guy has the hoodie you wanted, and the other girl seemed upset. I fought a hobo for the shirt. I remember. Oh, you know what? There were a couple times in my youth where I would go to the mall, and I would see someone with the exact same thing that I was wearing, and I would get so freaking excited. I'm just like, oh, we're wearing the same hat. We're wearing the same shirt. Like, I think it's really cool. I remember one time when I was out not too long ago. This was maybe last year, I think. So it was like a few months ago. I was out, and I I remember my aunt pointed out that somebody has the exact same bag as me, and I was just like, oh, that's so cool. That's so funny. Like, life is too short to gatekeep clothing that you didn't even make. It's like, this is a mass produced item. It's gonna be mass produced. Besides, it's like, it seems a little iffy in my, it's like, as someone with as someone who's made clothes for a living, it feels icky to not promote someone like that. It's just like, do you guys remember when excuse me, when a bunch of people were obsessing over this pink strawberry dress, like what was that, like 2 years ago, something like that, where like a bunch of girls were all like obsessing over this one dress by this designer, and it's not like a custom item. This is like a mass produced item. So if you buy that dress and people are like, oh my god, where'd you get it, where's that from, and then you don't tell them, you're basically ensuring that the designer that you claim to like so much, you're ensuring that they're not getting paid. They're not getting any more customers. Because the thing with me is that when I was like making dresses and stuff, a lot of the time I did kind of rely on people spreading the word on their own accord. Like I'll make something for someone, and then someone will ask them like where they got it, and then they'll tell them that it was me who made it, and then that person is now like a potential customer. And so now I have like a string of clients just from like, like just one time making like someone a dress, and then a bunch of people asking about it. So like I think that that's very interesting. And so it's like I don't like it when people gatekeep. It's so weird. um, like I if I see someone with something cute, like a plushie or a dress or something, or even just something as simple as like makeup, I'm gonna be like, oh, where'd you get it? Like I wanna have that too. Like even like guys that are really into let's say shoes or cars. You're not gonna gatekeep a pair of shoes. You're gonna say exactly what the model is, or whatever type of shoe it is. I don't know, I'm not into shoes. But yeah, no, it's just it is pretty weird when people are like that. And so I really appreciate whenever people spread the word about me and like the things that I can make. And that's why I'm trying to be very particular about the stuff that I'm preparing for my Twitch overlays, my assets. Because if people see like, hey, like where'd you get that asset, and I was like, I made it, that's a potential client. And so yeah, so like even just like just the fact that I made myself, that's also another way to market my skills. Like I don't have to try so hard to advertise when it's all gonna be on stream anyways. Like all the assets, the overlays, like my panel images, stuff like that. So I that's why I'm trying to be very um yeah, I'm trying to make sure that it all looks good, because it's basically my way of promoting myself as an artist. So yeah, that's why. Mm. I don't know why I keep buying coffee. It's like this is why I'm not sleeping very well these days. It's just because here's the thing, right, with me is I want to make sure that I'm not just like spending every single day just like sleeping like constantly. I want to be able to stay awake long enough to work on things. Like I'm working on assets and overlays, and like preparing like the Twitch settings, the OBS settings, this and this. I was very surprised that the chat widgets required HTML. That kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was like, I didn't know it involved coding. I thought I was just supposed to upload an image. Yeah, no, I'm gonna end soon. Actually, I was just gonna do like an hour today, anyways, because I do have like a lot to work on today. I'm also gonna watch like a movie later. Like I was thinking, because I mentioned this not too long ago, but I I wasn't sure if I wanted to watch like Shutter Island or Brokeback Mountain, and I ended up watching Shutter Island. I thought when I was a kid, I thought Shutter Island was like a horror film. I was always so scared of the idea. I was always so scared of that movie, even though I've never even seen it. I just like saw like the movie poster, and I was just like, oh, that looks so scary. It looks like it's gonna be scary. And then turns out it was just like a mystery type of thing, and I was like, oh, it was fine. I actually liked it. um but today I'll after my stream I'm gonna be watching Brokeback Mountain while working. I want to see the cowboys be gay, because it's like it's two actors that you don't normally see being gay on screen, So that's what I think is so funny. Whenever I see any actor being gay in a movie, it does intrigue me a little bit, because it's like I guess that does make me sound like a fujoshi, but it's more like considering how the American film industry is. It does interest me, like what kind of things you guys allow in your media. Because I mean, if it's something like Japanese or Thai or something, it's like that it really doesn't phase anybody. It's very normalized. But if it's, oh, hi, hi Raiders, hi Puppy, hello, hello everybody. Yeah, I haven't seen Brokeback Mountain yet, so I was curious about it, and I'm just like, I want to see the cowboys. I want. Okay, this is. Yeah, this is okay. You just need the image, and you can crop it for schedule, right? Finishing. Yes. No need to put logos or something. Yes, I think so. Oh, also this is okay. So this is what's funny. Um, um. So the thing with that is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this around, or have noticed this at all, but you know how a lot of Westerners are weeaboos or Koreaboos, and you guys really romanticize like Asian culture. Asians do the opposite with like romanticizing Western culture, specifically like spaghetti westerns. Like you guys are like weeaboos if you like Japanese stuff, but the Japanese, for example, they really like there's like Western weeaboos that really like cowboys. And and me and my friends are also like really into cowboy stuff. Yeah, no, like spaghetti westerns are so silly, and it's like because it's like nobody really cares that much about like stuff like Little House on the Prairie, but we really like like spaghetti westerns. We want to see like the cowboys do cowboy things, and that's why like if you guys ever hear like a British person, for example, like how like there's like the stereotypical fake British accent that people go for. British people have like a stereotypical American accent when they fake it, and it's always like a Southern accent. And I'm just like, we just really like we just really like Southern people and cowboys. Yeah, Japan loves baseball. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I was watching what was it? Blue Lock, which is like an anime about soccer. And I didn't know until that anime that Japan was really, really into baseball. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I get it now. That explains like all the stuff with like HoloLive. That explained that one movie, Ultraman. Rising or whatever the title was. The Japanese love baseball, and I'm just like, yeah. I mean, I don't play baseball, but I do like the culture. Like, do you have any idea how much I enjoy seeing like Americans just enjoying sports? Like the way you guys treat baseball games is so endearing to me. Or like yeah, it's like that's why there's memes about Americans with like American football. You guys take it so seriously. Like I don't think there's ever been anything funnier to me than how often the average American uses football field as a unit of measure. It's like it's so funny how often it happens where it's like I'm just like watching a video and then out of nowhere someone goes like, that's as big as two football fields. And I'm just like, I don't know what a football field is. Like, I don't know how big that is. Anything to avoid using the metric system. Can you give us a Southern Belle voice one day? Oh, I think Furix asked me to do that before. Oh wait, no, I was more of a yeah. I was just like I know. I Lulu asked me to do that in a VC one time, and it was just like me and her, and I was like so embarrassed because I was like, I don't want it. I'm shy. I'm so shy, and so I'm just like how okay? Give me a sentence to say. I don't know, like a stereotypical Southern Belle thing to say. Is it because if I try to do like a cowboy accent, it's going to sound like Sandy Cheeks again. It's like, well, howdy, SpongeBob. if I try to do like a Southern Belle accent, I just go for Lottie from like the blonde girl from Disney's The Princess and the Frog. She has like a very stereotypical Southern Belle accent, I think. So I like to go for her voice if I try to do one. Gambling than the soccer hooligans we got here in Europe. Oh my gosh, like the soccer Europeans are so freaking funny with how obsessed they are. It's like nobody but Americans care about like the Super Bowl. But holy shit, the rest of the world really obsesses over the World Cup. Like we really like soccer. like oh yeah, like the I do declare thing is such a like like that stereotypical Southern lawyer voice, like like ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client here is innocent. It's like it's giving Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Yeah, it's like I'm clutching my pearls and I'm just like what I dare say. I do declare. like like evening sugar, how you doing, how y'all doing today? Oh wait, that line too, it's like y'all come, yeah, wait, what was it, y'all come back now, here. Y'all come back now, you hear? And then they're always talking about sweet tea, and they have like the silliest metaphors and idioms, and I'm just like, Southern people are so funny and interesting to me. Like they have like a very distinct culture. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like we don't take kindly to your kind around here, stranger. This town ain't big enough for the both of. Yeah, Darlin is so cute. It's like, because here's the thing, there's like the way, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but some people get really offended if someone calls them like a pet names. Like they think of it as like being misogynistic or something, or being like a sexual predator if you call them sweetheart or darling. And I'm just like, I mean, it depends, right? Because like sometimes it is kind of a sexist thing, but a lot of the time it is just a cultural thing. Because it's like Indian people would call each other dear, British people would say love, um, and like Southerners would say like sweetheart, darling, hun. So that was very interesting. It's like just seeing like what other people. I mean, like Habibi. Oh, guys, do you remember Habibi? That was such an interesting time on the internet when everyone was calling everybody Habibi. I was like, that was the closest we got to world peace, I think. Habibi. Hmm. Yeah, but like I'm probably, yeah. I'm gonna watch Brokeback Mountain, and then as soon as I do my next stream, I don't have a stream tomorrow, but I'll have another stream like the day after. I'll probably do like a morning stream on Monday. So just be on the lookout for that once I post my schedule. And then so that's why I'm probably gonna start talking in like a southern accent after watching the cowboy movie. What you're talk I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh yeah, no. I don't know anymore. I don't know. Yeah. Habibi. You don't know Habibi? Habibi. Guys, I think it means like it's just a term of endearment. I where is it from? Is it like, yeah, where's Habibi from? I think it's Arab, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it is Arabic. Yes, it means my love or beloved. I remember when I was watching Disney's Encanto. So they're Colombians, and I just remember like after that I kept calling everybody like mi vida, which means my life, but it's like a term of endearment. So it's like, when you say like mi amor, you would say like mi vida, and I was just like, that's so cute. I don't call people by pet names aside from baby girl, but like that's just a joke, you know. I don't call them like by pet names naturally because I feel like it doesn't I feel like it doesn't suit me. Like I'm just I have Habibi Habibi. There were a bunch of kebab shops that were named Habib. Like that's so funny. Oh, you know what? I had these British friends before, and then they told me that you would refer to the shop owner or like the vendor who sells like kebabs. You would refer to that guy as like boss man. And so so I remember like I started calling my friends boss man. So I would just be like, hey, boss man. it was it was a weird time for sure, but that was very funny. Because normally I would say stuff like sweetie in like a very condescending way. I'm just like, aw, sweetie, you're so stupid. Boss lady. Oh, you know what? My friend calls me boss. Like it was so funny because he was my friend who helped me get all my PC stuff sorted out, and he set up my setup, right. And he would like I would ask him a question about something, and he's like, for example, I'd be like, hey, I have a question. He's like, yeah, what is it, boss? I was just like, ooh, interesting. Like, this is the thing that's so funny with me. It's like um I'm the type of person that doesn't like responsibility. I don't like being perceived, but I am also simultaneously the type of person that wants to abuse power as soon as I get a hold of it. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever been the like the class snitch. You know, like when the teacher has to step out for a bit and assigns another student to like basically babysit the class and report to them whenever someone is like misbehaving while the teacher's out. That was me. I was the snitch. And like the like the power I had, like oh my gosh, like my it really went to my head. Like I was like a little 7-year old writing people's names down on the board, and like I would write someone's name down for misbehaving. As soon as they saw their name being written down, they would sit quietly, and then after a few minutes I would erase their name. And then if they start being noisy again, I'll like threaten to write their name down, and then they'll behave. I'm just like, I like this. Don't give Enaria power, noted. No. Snitches get stitches, hall monitor. Hey, listen, I'm not here to make friends or memories, alright? I'm just here to get good grades. Like these people aren't my friends. they're all my competition. I want to be the very best that no one ever was. Like I remembered. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know anything about the characterization of Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter. But even if you don't know Draco Malfoy, like you should know how like Hermione is. Where basically it's like they both have this very competitive nature where they need to be like the top in their class, right? And so it's like Hermione was used to being the top of her class, and then like Draco hated Hermione because he was second in their class. And then Hermione got really bitter when Harry started doing well in potions class because he was cheating using like the Half Blood Prince's book, right? And so that was me in school. Like the people I hated in class were like noisy delinquents who didn't do their work and who would skip class, and also the like my academic rivals. Like I hated those people with a fiery passion. Harry was such a bad character in the movies. I think in the books he was a lot more interesting because he was really sassy and sarcastic, and you get to see his like inner monologue. But like in the movies, it was kind of weird how they characterized him. like everybody kind of got mischaracterized, like when they adapted the books into the show or into the movie. Oh, speaking of which, I think they're trying to make a show. Actually, they're trying to make like a whole series of Harry Potter, kind of like what they did with the Percy Jackson books. They hated the movie, so they're like, let's make a show and like try to correct the past. I think the cast for Harry Potter is perfect the way they were, so I don't think you could recapture that. Like, it's going to feel very differently, even if the characters were mischaracterized. Yeah, how dare you be as smart as me? Exactly. That pissed me off so much. I was like, I hate this kid specifically because he keeps like beating me in exams, you know? It's it was just one of those like skill issue moments. Like, I was so focused on trying to beat other people that I didn't even really care if I was just like second place. Like, I was pissed, you know. I was a very competitive child, and that's the thing too. It's like it's one of those like it's like the ramifications of being praised for getting good grades, to the point where that's the only time I get any type of positive attention from adults. So I wanted to get like the best grades, because nothing filled me with joy more than the teacher using me as an example for doing well in a test. You know, it's just like, oh, congratulations, Enaria, you got the top score of the exam. I'm just like, hell yeah. He wasn't very MC like. Oh yeah, no, he's a very passive main character in the movies. I think so too, because he was kind of just like a blank slate for us to attach ourselves to as the viewer. Because like the characters that we're really following is the wizarding world, you know. But it was so accurate in other parts. Did your shut up, Albandi? He Dumbledore said calmly. That's the thing that I thought was so weird too. Is like they were so mad at him for that, but it's just like, you guys really, really didn't think like it's like why like, it's one of those things, right? It's like you just needed a little bit of common sense to make the assumption that Harry probably wasn't the one responsible for that. That's why I felt like all his friends and peers were all stupid idiots. I hate being around stupid idiots. I was always first, and the ones trying to be best would always be jealous of me. Thing is, I wasn't trying to be, so that pissed them off more. That's the thing too. It's like I, I don't. This is the thing about me, right? It's like I'd like to be as nice as possible where I can be, but like my competitive nature is where I have like a bit of a twisted personality. Like I remembered I had this suitor, right, last year, and we were talking about how we were in school, and he mentioned how when he was like 15 or 16, he hung out with older people that were in college. He would skip class and like go to bars with them. They would play pool, and he would even like smoke and drink and stuff, and his grades tanked. And he asked me, oh, do you think we would have dated each other if we were in the same year or something? And then I said, I was like, oh, you probably wouldn't have liked me then, because you were a delinquent and I was kind of a bookworm. I was kind of like a very studious, like uptight person. And he said, oh no, I kind of like girls like that though. I would have liked you. And I was like, oh, okay then. And then he said, would you have been interested in me if we were in the same year? And I was like, not only would I not have dated you or been interested in you, I wouldn't even acknowledge you as a person. Like, I would have, because you were a delinquent that skipped class and cheated off of other people, I would have seen you as less than dirt. Like I know, because here's the thing with me, right? It's like I did not want to hang out with the wrong crowd. Like, I was very careful not to hang out with anybody that I felt like would be a bad influence on me, because I'm a very impressionable person. I only hung out with people if I knew that they also studied, right? So if I was hanging out with people that never studied and were constantly skipping class, I would probably do the same thing as them. I would probably either feel left out by being the one person in the group that studies and like does their projects while hanging out, or I would give in to peer pressure, and then also like, allow my grades to drop because of that. And I that's why I was like always making sure that I only hung out with people that did their schoolwork. And so I would kind of look down on the delinquents. It's like I don't care who you are, but it's like if you're taking your like, because like the school that I went to was very expensive. If you're taking that for granted, then you really should just gone to like a public school or something. Like, why are you making your parents like spend this much on like the tuition fee and then not go to class? Just go to a cheaper school, like if that's what you're gonna do. Um, the worst you can say is no. Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, I remembered when I was in school, I was never the girl that a lot of people had a crush on. So that's why my female friends never thought of me as like a threat to their relationship if I was close with their guy friend or their boyfriends rather, because like they like this is why I said like I was very much like just an honorary bro to these people. So I was never just seen as a girl. um, and so every now and then, like I would hear a rumor that a guy in my class, like just like one guy, it's like just a guy in my class would be interested in me. And it's never a guy that I would personally be interested in. So I would pretend that I don't know what the rumor is and just kind of like keep my distance and just kind of like not acknowledge it. And it feels bad now that I think now that I'm thinking about it. It's like I'm basically like pretending that I don't know just for both our sakes. It's like I'm gonna pretend that I don't know that you like me, because it would seem kind of weird to reject someone who hasn't even confessed. So it's like I was basically just like that type of person. And even if I was interested, I was in a place where I wanted to just focus on my studies, so I wasn't even interested in dating. I had a bunch of crushes because I was hormonal. I was going through puberty, but I never wanted to date any of them. They're just eye candy at school. Like if I see them in the hallway, I'll be like, "Oh, look, it's them," and then I forget about them as soon as I go home. Like it's like, oh, you no longer exist in my mind because now I have to do my projects. But it was so accurate. Wait, hang on. I was the guy that Enaria who I hated in class or really learned for tests. Yeah, it's like that's the thing. It's like nowadays it's one of those I've grown past that where it's like, okay, if you're the type of person that excels in other avenues, that's fine. It's more of a, I respect you as a person, but I probably won't be hanging out with you as much because I don't want you like influencing me in a bad way. That's my parents. Like whenever I tell them that I want to go hang out with some friends at the mall or something, my parents would immediately ask if they're from my school because they're kind of elitist. They don't want us interacting with people that aren't from prestigious backgrounds. And I'm just like, okay, I won't tell them that I'm friends with people who've been to jail. So yeah, so it's like you could say that I definitely got my twisted personality from somewhere. The competitive nature is because like my parents always compared me to my siblings, and they would never acknowledge my existence unless I was like constantly doing well, whether it's art or my studies. Like they would not say much to me. Like it was a very weird household because we didn't really acknowledge each other. Like, you know those people that like can just talk to their family members when they're going through something? I'm just like, you talk to your family? Like why do they need to know? Nerddom is an underused archetype. Yeah, no, it's like there is this is so fucking this is so cursed, but you guys know about metamorphosis, right? Like that particular manga. I remember somebody compared me to that character. Like that's basically what happened to me. Like, oh no. I want the scenario for the Enaria verse. Oh yeah, should I just? Oh, this is something that you guys might get a kick out of. When I'm when I'm just at home, or actually not just at home, like my usual hairstyles are twin braids, and like a high ponytail. Those are like my two main hairstyles. So it's like twin braids, high ponytail. I've been trying twin tails recently. I look really cute. I look like an e-girl with my headphones. Yeah, so yeah, I probably I do I should I should I add like the nerd the shush 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 Oma shush. I skipped so much school. I really shouldn't have been allowed to graduate. That's the thing that pissed me off about those students was that they would constantly copy my homework and cheat off of me during exams and borrow my pens and ask for paper. And then I'm just over here looking at them like, you don't deserve your diploma. You wouldn't have graduated without me. Not the Discord kitten e-girl again. You know what's so embarrassing? All that stuff that I was saying on my Discord kitten uh my Discord kitten stream. That stuff, that's how I would act if I was dating someone. Like I am cringe in a relationship. I'm so fucking cringe. Yeah, I'll just be like, like if somebody like came home and like and we went on call, they'd be like, oh hi, and like hi baby, and I'm just like, hi honey, welcome home, how are you, I missed you so much. I'm so cringy. Cheating off of Inaria RP. Oh, I'll be like, oh, you know what? I was such a horrible person for this, but this is how I mess with people. Okay, so here's the thing. Being someone like myself in school, I felt like, okay, you can copy my homework because homework is homework, right? But if you're trying to cheat off me during an exam, I really feel like that's unfair. And because like that's like, that's a little bit more serious than something like, like, oh, we're doing a group activity and you're not pulling your weight. um, I would have these people asking me before an exam. They'd be like, "Hey, Enaria, can I copy off of you later during the exam? Thanks." And then I'll be like, "Okay, sure." And then they'll sit next to me, and then they're like expecting to copy off of my paper, and I just oh so subtly cover my paper with my other arm so they can't see anything. I don't know what that says about me. It's like my sense of justice is very weird. I had a horrifying suspicion that RP stream was drawing from personal experience. No! Well, now the cat's out of the bag. The cat girl is out of the bag. Now you guys know. If ever I was like, this is the thing about me, right? It's like my personality as a girlfriend is very weird. Like how am I supposed to be like the mom friend while also acting like bebe in like those memes that are just like I'm baby, like that's me. Like I will pamper my partner but I also want to be pampered. I'm Dede, the cold shoulder in the exam room. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh, it's like, yeah, sure, you can copy off of me. Don't worry, I'll let you do that. And then when the exam comes, I'm just like, oh, I'm just taking a nap on my paper. So it's so sad that you can't see it. Oh, it's so sad. Hmm. I've had that happen and got caught once. Real, it's bebe, la bebe, yeah. Oh, you know what? This one final exam that we had, I remember this one time somebody in my year got caught for cheating, and it was so funny how it happened. So it's like every year there's like more and more creative ways to cheat during exam season, right? And I remember this one time this girl had like her handkerchief, right? And she put like a cheat sheet in between the layers of her, because she folded it up, so she put like a cheat sheet in there. And then this one time she wiped her sweat, and the teacher saw writing marks all over her face. So she got caught. I don't know, it's like for me it's like if you can figure out a creative enough way to cheat to the point where you don't get caught, I feel like you deserve the grade at that point. You're very galaxy brain for that. This one time this other person got caught because they cheated by writing like tiny scribbles of like mathematical equations and formulas. They wrote tiny scribbles on their nail, like they like a single like fingernail. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Like you need to really make sure you hide your hand when you do that sort of thing. This, I think, like the most creative way to cheat that I heard of was this person that had an Apple Watch. And basically what happened was they took a picture of their notes, and they put it in their Apple Watch. And then every time the teacher passed by, they would swipe their watch, so it became like a normal watch. So like it went to like the time. So I thought that was really clever. I don't remember if it was like the app itself that they swiped to, or if they just took a screenshot of like the home screen for like the time. So I'm just giving you guys tips now if you're still in school. Don't cheat. It's like if you're going to study, at least make sure you study like the main things, because you don't need to get like a perfect score, but you at least need to get like a passing grade. So try to study like the important stuff, like the stuff that really needs to be studied. And because like a lot of the time these exams are just stuff that you're going to take after having already like so many seat works and quizzes. So like a final exam is like you should already have a bit of stock knowledge anyways. So all you really need to do is refresh your memory. Like you don't need to start studying like from scratch. Like if you've made it this far, you probably have some like stock knowledge left over. So just refresh your memory. And that's why I kind of like doing study groups with my classmates, because I'll spend like a couple hours studying by myself, and then the next day, right before the exam, like my friends will ask me to help them study, and so I'm refreshing my memory while not cramming. I cram a lot. um, Multiple choice, and I had the answers. Young people, there was no Apple Watch when I was in school. Yeah, no, it was like any type of smartwatch basically. I forgot if it was like an Apple Watch or if it was like the Samsung one, but it was one of those. I feel like exams should be free for all. Let the more resourceful be successful. Yeah. Okay, so when it comes to homework, I don't mind letting people copy, because at the end of the day, it's just homework. All it really is like is something for your full class average. Like you could do, like I remember there were so many cases of this. Someone did really well in class, and then they got a low grade for their final grade because they didn't submit any of their homework. So I feel like that's a bit unfair. It's like if they're doing well in exams, they clearly know what they're doing. It's just like they're just irresponsible. So at least like I don't mind like helping people with their homework, because it's like at the end of the day, homework's not really that important, and it seems kind of weird. It's like having an open book exam. Like, why are we even doing the exam in the first place if you're gonna let me use my book, right? So the same thing with the homework. It's like you can Google the answers, or you can like just refer to your notes. So it doesn't matter. Like the teacher's not gonna be there to check whether or not you did your homework without cheating, you know? So I feel like if it's easy enough to cheat, if there's like a huge flaw in the system, I don't mind letting people copy my homework. I do have a problem with people kind of not pulling their weight during group activities. Ever since I was 8 years old, I was always that kid that ended up having to do almost all, if not like all of the work. You know, it's like yeah, it's like all of the work during a group project, and I just hated it so much because it's like I would rather do this work by myself if I have to do it by myself anyways. You know, so I don't like group activities. But it because here's my uh my opinion on this is that I feel like I would waste more time having to teach other people how to do the work and then having to supervise them constantly and having to double check everything before submitting. I would rather spend that time just doing everything by myself, you know? So I kind of hate doing group activities because it is just kind of a waste of time while also, you know, people basically getting a good grade because of my efforts. I don't like that. um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just one of those people. That's why I don't like delinquents because they remind me of the people that I hated growing up. You know, um, it's like I don't really care if you if you're like poor and can't afford school supplies or whatever, but it's like I do care if you don't put in any effort into your schooling because it just seems like, you know, you really shouldn't be here. You really shouldn't be graduating if most of your grades were because of other people. That's how I feel about it anyways. And it's like the lack of effort bothers me. It's kind of like let's say like okay, somebody becoming a streamer like I mentioned earlier in the stream. I don't like the idea of someone putting in all this time and effort to get up, get a really nice looking model, and then not using the model. You know, it's like why are you even here? Like, like why are you even here? It never ends. Even when you enter a formal workplace, I stay away from anyone who talks big ideas but hardly contributes. Ah, that's what I hear. It's like those people called an ideas guy. You know, it's like it's kind of like that meme, like an architect's dream is an engineer's nightmare. So it's like they have all these brilliant ideas without any realistic way of bringing that idea to life, you know? So it's kind of frustrating dealing with a person like that, where it's just like, oh, I really want to do this and this. And we're just like, okay, how will we realistically do that? And they're like, I don't know, you guys figure it out. It's like, it's really bad. You can't be poor and dumb. Exactly. It's like, that's why you know, like, the model minority being like a scholarship kids because they can't afford to be at like my school, for example. They have to do really well in their you know, in their exams. Like they have to do well in school. Meanwhile, you have these rich kids that buy like the latest iPhone as soon as it comes out, but they can't be bothered to bring a pen to school, and so they have to get my spare pens and they never return it. They never return those pens. You know what I did after realizing that that was like a common trend with these people? I ended up because I never wanted to lend them any of my good pens, so I had to buy a bunch of like really cheap pens. And so if ever someone was like, "Oh, can I borrow a pen?" I would just give that one away because it's like I'm never gonna see that again. So at least it wasn't that expensive. Yeah, never let them borrow your good shit. They're so entitled too. Like, they'll ask me for a pen, and then I'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I don't have any extras." And then they're like, "No, yes, you do. I see it in your pencil case." I'm just like, "What the fuck? Like, it's not like just let me say no to you, God." She still remembers everyone who didn't return her pets. I know all their faces. I may not remember their names, but I remember exactly who it was, what kind of pen it was, and exactly how many days they were long past overdue from returning it. They'd be like, "Oh, can I borrow this pen?" And then I would ask for it back, and then they would just like be like, "Oh, can I just use it again for today?" Like, I'm just like, bruh. I hate this is the thing that I really hated about my younger self was like because I was a like I was a like a huge pacifist that I did not want to start any drama because I was kind of let's just say that I wasn't very high on the the social food chain, right? Like in school, because I had popular friends, but I also had unpopular friends, and so my popularity ranking, like my my position in like the social ladder, would depend on who I was hanging out with, and so I was kind of like a wallflower, and a lot of the time, but I would also have like a bunch of friends from different types of groups, but like that affected my social standing for some reason, which I thought was very weird. It's like arbitrary stuff, and but like it matters when you're like a young teenager, and so I would have these classmates that I did not want to mess with, like as much as I hated them. I didn't want to start shit up because they were kind of like the popular kids, and so I didn't want to be like bullied like harder. Like they would peer pressure me, and I would only give in because I did not want to like have any type of drama in school. I just wanted to study. I did not want to be pulled into like friend drama or be like severely bullied. So I would give in. I would give them like whatever they wanted. If they wanted to copy my homework or if they wanted to ask for like a spare pen, I would just do it. I hated it. But that's why I just like seethed in my seat. I would just complain to myself quietly. um, you look like the main character from a villain. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. That is exactly that is an inspiration. That's an inspiration for me. So yeah, my brother was the bully, so nobody would bully me. That's the thing I think is so funny about siblings. It's like it's like your older sibling a lot of the time is going to be your first bully, right? But like as soon and then they'll bully you constantly. But as soon as someone else bullies you, they'll beat that other person up. That was how my older sister and I were when we were in school together. I think I was like in the second grade, and she was like a couple of years older than me, and so there was this one kid who was like a year older than me, and he was bullying me in the playground. And I was like, "What did I do? I'm just a little 8-year-old," and he was bullying me. My older sister came by to like pick me up, right, so we could go home, and then she saw that kid bullying me, so she beat him up. And it was like that was like the first time I ever saw my sister as like really cool, and I like started idolizing her, because the thing with my older sister is that she really hated my guts. Like I remember she just like this very yeah, exactly. It's like as a family member, you kind of are entitled to bully your other family members. It's like, hey, no one talks shit about my friends but me. No one bullies my sibling but me. Yeah, exactly. Only I get to bully. It's a very interesting dynamic. A lot of people seem to have. At first, I was just really soft, not timid. I just thought that following them would help me be their friends. But after a while, I realized it would continue. That's the thing, too. It's like it was all kind of in vain. I thought, like, if I just, what it was like? Me giving those bullies what they wanted. It's kind of like dealing with the mafia, because like the reason how like the reason why the mafia works in not works, but this is how they operate, right? It's like they're a very dangerous group, and they threaten local businesses in an area, like a neighborhood or something. And basically, they're like, "Hey, give us money every month, and in exchange, we'll provide quote unquote protection, so that other people don't mess with you." And I'm just like, "But you're messing with them." And so, but like the thing is, these businesses don't want to deal with, like the mafia coming after them, so they just give in. Like they shouldn't have to pay them off, but that's how they survive. It's like, it sucks, but that little sacrifice is the best way for them to, deal with that, or like to avoid conflict. And that's basically how I was kind of, feeling, giving those popular kids, like, my homework, or doing all the work during a group activity, or like lending them my pens that they never return, because the alternative would be them making me more of a social pariah, a pariah in my class. And I had so little friends already, man. Like, mm, mafia is bullies on a criminal level. Exactly. It's like they like. Here's the thing, right? When you're a little kid, like, even people, like, just the idea of people not liking you is such a big deal, right? It's like the older you get, the more used to it you get, the more you realize, oh, this doesn't actually matter. And then you just feel all silly. But when you're that young and you're like that inexperienced with, like, social relationships, it does kind of matter a lot to you, where it's just like, oh no, what if people think I look weird because I'm wearing a goofy anime shirt today? But nowadays you're probably thinking like, oh, I'll just wear what I want. After a while I went into savage mode. They came to me, asked me to move because they want to sit together. I'd say, so yeah, that's the thing. Those things, like 10 years later, you're over here like in the shower being like, I should have said this to them at that moment. Like, no, you give me your lunch money, Jared. Man, looking back on everything, like, like in hindsight, you do kind of feel like, oh, like, I regret my passive nature. I regret, like, not standing up for myself and everything. And that's why I mentioned this before. I relate so hard to Bochi the Rock, because that was pretty much how I was feeling constantly. Like, I was always on edge. I wanted to make friends, but I didn't know how. And even if I did make friends, it wasn't very, like, it wasn't like such a strong bond. It was like they would hang out without me. They would have inside jokes that I wasn't part of. And it was just such a bummer. I was just hanging out with them at school. Like, I wasn't like, talking to them privately. I wasn't like joking around with them as much. I was just like hanging out with them just so that I avoided being alone. And that Jared, that prick, don't get shoved in the locker. Oh, can I ask you, you Westerners, about this? Is that locker shoving thing real, or is that like just a movie thing that became a trope? Because it's like, it felt so fake watching movies or TV shows that had that, like, the toilet had like swirly things, like swirlies, and then like the locker shoving, and then when it's like gym class and you're trying to change, like the bullies would steal your clothes, so you're now like forced to run around school naked. Is that real? Does that happen? My school's lockers weren't large enough to fit a person in. Yeah, mine either. My lockers were like, just like a foot and a half tall, so it is enough for your books, but definitely not enough for a whole person. Almost all the bullying stuff is cliches from 80s movies. Yeah, but did that ever actually happen? Because, you know what I thought was so messed up? Like the bullying that happens in, K dramas, or anime. A lot of that is actually, underplayed in those things. Like, a lot of, Korean bullying is so much worse than like the bullying that you see in K dramas. And I think that that's actually kind of crazy. That's why, their, disciplinary, committees kind of assign like a bully level to you, like, it's like bully, like level 1 bully, like, and then it goes up to like level 5, I think, depending on how severe your actions were. And so whenever like a Korean celebrity, like a K-pop idol, for example, whenever whenever it gets exposed that they used to be a bully in school, people take that very, very seriously. It's one thing if you were a mean girl, because like in the West, they seem to care if someone's like a mean girl, but like in Korea, they care if someone like stabbed a girl, or if they like put broken glass in someone's shoes in school, that kind of thing. It's like and so yeah, and that's what's so weird about it. Like they'll have these people be labeled as bullies like on their permanent records, but I'm just like, can you bring them to juvie? They kind of did something really extreme. Like um they did shove someone in a trash can though. Oh yeah, it's like it's so gross, like the way the way they bully people. It's like the idea of a swirly is so gross to me. It's like, oh, come on, like I know like you want to mess with them, but that's just icky. That's really icky. It's all cyber bullying now. Yeah, exactly. And it is weird how cyberbullying works, because I would get affected by cyberbullying, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, listen, as shitty as that is, you just gotta turn off the computer. You just gotta like go outside, breathe some fresh air a little bit, block people. And that's the thing that's different about IRL bullying, because like IRL bullying, you can hardly escape that a lot of the time. You run into people in the school hallways. Maybe you live with your bully. Like oh, that sounds like a that sounds like a that sounds like a dojinshi. Jesus. Just turn the PC off. Exactly. It's like if people are harassing you on Twitter, maybe log off for a few days, maybe don't go on Twitter. Go on YouTube. Watch some YouTube shorts. Enjoy other places where they can't find you, basically. Next scary level of bullying. Living with your bully rom-com. That's a very popular trope that I like. Okay, so enemies to lovers kind of hits different, okay? I just argue with random craphead people on Facebook when I'm bored, then stop replying. I remembered I had a very I was very stressed out this one time, and in order to de-stress, I would fight people online. It was like right after the U.S. elections, and they just announced that Biden won, and then I don't really care about Biden. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't care about Biden. However, it was funny messing with the Trump supporters that were like snorting a lot of copium, and it was just I remember like posting about it on Facebook. I was just like, day 3 of messing with Trump supporters. Someone called me a slur just because I said that if they don't like the president, they can go to a different country. That was my toxic phase. I gave up after a week though. I got bored after a while. It's like it's one thing to argue with people for fun, but it's like I was just trolling. I wasn't like actually like that pressed about it. I really don't care. It's literally like hashtag not my president. Like they're not my president. I don't live there. It doesn't affect me personally. But it was fun messing with them. Just because here's the thing. I didn't go after people just because they were Trump supporters. I specifically sought out the weird ones that were a little too passionate about their disdain towards like the election results. And I was just like, oh, this guy's coping really hard right now. Let me mess with them. They're an easy target. And I did that for a week. Enemies to friends to lover or straight to lovers. There's some enemies to friends to lovers for sure. Because enemies to lovers is just like, I hate you, but I kind of want to bang. If I hated someone, I wouldn't even want to be in the same room as them, let alone touch them. Blockheads are fun to argue with. Yeah, it's like sometimes I go on Twitter and I'm just like, this person has a really skewed understanding of the world, but I'm kind of not in the mood to argue with them. So I'll just move on. It's like I don't have to talk to them. it is just kind of like, you guys ever see like an opinion online and you're just like, wow, that was something someone not only thought up but also posted publicly for the world to see, and you're just like, do I want to mess with them? Do I want to argue with them? Or should I just like move on? That's why like picking choosing your battles. Oh, excuse me. Choosing your battles is very important when it comes to like online discourse. You don't have the time to argue with someone constantly. My fave is lovers to enemies to lovers, like in Guilty Gear. Wait, so like they had an argument. That's just a normal rom com. Do you have any idea how often it is in like a rom com for them to have like a falling out and then get back together? There's there's this anime called wait, what was it? My s- my stepmom my stepmom's daughter is my ex. I think that's a title. So it's like this couple, they dated, they broke up, and then they became step siblings, and so now they're like living under the same roof. But like it's like after they broke up. So I think that falls under it. The anime Nisekoi is kind of like that too. Enemy family just fix their children as a fake couple. I mean, that's just fake. That's just the fake relationship tag, which I love, by the way, because the thing with a fake relationship trope is like they're basically forced to act like a couple, and so like at some point it's going to feel a little real for them. At some point, like the line gets blurry, where it's just like, okay, we've been like. We've had to hold hands we had to have like premarital hand holding, we had to kiss for other people's sakes, but like that kiss felt a little too good. So I kind of like the trope just because of like the smutty aspect of it. I'm a degenerate. I'm sorry. Like they were lovers. She died and got turned into a monster, then died again and got revived into a villain, then went back to lovers. What story is this? I'm kind of curious. But they become real. Childhood friend always loses in those. I feel bad about childhood friends because it's like, oh, like this guy was so devoted to this girl and she never knew. But it's also like, well, I mean, if the vibes weren't there, they weren't there. It's like you're not entitled to date someone just because they liked you for so long. You know? Golden time. Fuck. Guilty Gear story, lol, for Soul Bad Guy and Jacko. Oh wait, I didn't know they had lore like that. Okay, okay. This is yeah. Listen, like I said, like I don't know. It's like there is a reason why people that are really into fan fictions are really into like smutty stuff. Like they love the shit out of fake relationship tags and roommates tag and stuff like that, because it's basically like, oh, you're now, I mean, that's why like step siblings is such a common trope, right? It's like people like the idea of somebody told me once that it was a proximity thing, where it's like the only reason you guys even considered each other as potential love interests is because you hang out too much. And then at some point someone gets all sick or maybe is drunk and then does like a drunk confession, and then now you're like, oh shit, you don't even remember confessing to me, but now I know that you like me, so now I have to see you in a different light. See, that's it. That's it. What do you mean? Step. Shh. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. It's not real. Fan fiction always goes very OOC too. I don't really know how much I could handle. It depends on how they do like out of character stories, because if it's like a fan fiction and I'm very into like the characters, if it's too OOC, I kind of don't like it. Kind of ruins it for me, where I'm just like, hey, these are basically completely different characters. I don't know if I like the dynamic anymore, because I might as well just read this about literally anybody else. Um, I can only realistically read bad fics. Oh, God. I only read the degen stuff. I'm sorry. I don't care how good it is. If it doesn't have smut, I'm not gonna want to read it. I'm just like, oh, how cute. They kissed and they held hands. Now what? You know, it's like I need to have the spice. I need to have like the angst for like the emotional spice, but then also like the sexual tension for the physical spice. At this point, just make an OC. Exactly. I hate I hate OC characters, by the way. Like when people are like, "Oh, let me write a fan fiction about Harry Potter," and then make an OC that dates Harry Potter. I'm just like, you're so boring. Like I get why people like that self insert stuff, but I personally don't like it. I'm a voyeur, okay? Like I am here to enjoy other people having sex. As I got thinking. That's why all those memes about the Wattpad girlies that read a lot of kidnapped by the mafia boss's hot son. It's like I hate those because it's all OC stuff. So it's like the character and then ex reader. I don't like that. I'm just like, no, I don't want to make out with Draco Malfoy. I want to watch this other character make out with Draco Malfoy. I like to watch. Yeah, exactly. When the blurb says no harem, fucking coward. No, it's like Enaria in the chair. As we've established early on, I do. It's not a cup chair because I choose to be there. Okay, I'm not being placed in the chair. That is my That is like the seat of honor. That is like that is where I choose to be. I willingly sit there. It is my cuck throne. As I've established before. Speaking of which, I had a very interesting conversation recently. So I was talking to them about porn, as I do with my friends. um, and then I asked them, I was like, "Do you ever watch solo female stuff?" And like, because I asked them, I was like, "Are you like a voyeur?" And they were asking like, what do I mean by that? And I said like, "Do you watch like solo female or anything like that?" And he said, "Yeah." And then I said, "Oh, I guess that does make you a voyeur, but realistically speaking, anybody that watches porn, doesn't that make you a voyeur? Because you're watching other people do stuff. So by definition, like you're literally cucking yourself by watching two people like doing it, right? So does that not make everybody that watches porn like someone into voyeurism? I don't know. It's just just something I thought of randomly. Enaria, mind breaking your fandom. You're all into voyeurism. I'm sorry I had to break it to you like this. I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but it's the truth and you need to accept it. These shower thoughts. Joke's on you. I'm a voyeur even without watching porn. Oh. Yeah, it's like here's the thing. I think I mentioned this to a friend as well, where it's like me being a streamer kind of makes me an exhibitionist in a way, whether it's me being sussy or just being normal. I do kind of feel some type of joy from being watched, which is weird because I hate being perceived, but I like being watched. Only watch solo porn so you won't get cucked. That is I Yeah, I know. Oh, this is okay. This is gonna sound so fucking weird, but like, have you guys ever consumed any content with like sex dolls or something like that, or even like just toys, right? And it's like, what do you consider that? I mean, it's not cuckolding because it's not an actual person, but you can still see them doing stuff. So it's like, how how you categorize that? See this chat. This is exactly why on my Twitch streams I'm going to constantly have the profanity and sexual themes tag put on because you never know what's gonna come out of my mouth. So yeah, so we've established that if you're a porn enjoyer, you are a voyeur in some way, shape, or form. Mayhaps even a cuckold. And and if you're a streamer, you're an exhibitionist. Does Kigurumi count as a sex doll? Let me look what that is. Man, I'm gonna mess up my freaking search history, but it's probably already ruined. Well, that doesn't look right. Um, no, that's just. Wait. Okay, do you mean the plushie or do you mean the suit? Like, it's a onesie, right? It's a onesie. That's what that is. Isn't that those weird masks? No, it's not. It was I forgot the word, but it's not that. Um or go in. Actually, I made that joke first. I was just like, "Oh, you never know." I made that joke just today actually. I was like, "You never know what's going to come out of my mouth, but I do know what I want in my mouth." The one where people wear those detailed masks. Oh. Oh. Wait. Oh, mask. Okay, let me see. Oh. Oh. Oh, I don't. Oh. Oh yeah, those they're kind of scary. It's just like it's like, but Anon, I thought you wanted your anime waifus to be real. What's wrong? Like, isn't this what you wanted? Okay, so speaking of masks, right? I was okay. I did not search this up. Believe me, I did not search this up. But I came across. I was scrolling down and I came across this one video. And these two people were both wearing like the heads of their fursuits, and I was just like, why do people do that? Because I get the reasoning behind it, but that can't be comfortable. It's kind of like fucking in a cosplay. It's like when you have like full hair and makeup, you have like a very itchy wig attached to you, you have contact lenses in, you have expensive props. You don't want to ruin that by like having sex in it. So I do wonder because like if you're gonna have sex with a cosplayer, best believe she's not gonna be using her expensive props and costumes on you. Okay, like she's probably just gonna wear the wig and that's it. Like not even doing the full makeup. I saw one of them at an anime con. Oh god, I'm surprised like a furry went. Wait, do you mean the kigurumi thing or do you mean the furry fursuit thing? I'm assuming you meant the kigurumis. Or yeah, the fursuits are crazy. Then there's a Japanese and like, man with a mission. Wait, do you remember like that guy who dressed up as a dog and he was just like living as a border collie? It was so weird. And I'm just like, I get it, but I also don't get it. It's like awaken the wolf inside. There are two wolves inside me, and both of them are horny. They play music with their fur masks. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Japanese band. Ah, okay. Cosplay is only for face. Oh, you just reminded me one of the funniest stories I've ever heard. Okay, yeah, type that out. Oh, you know what? Wait, hang on. Let me look it up. Man with a mission. Face review. Oh my god. Okay, you were kidding. Does Bow the whale know about this? She would start barking. Jesus Christ. Okay, so if you guys don't know, okay, Man with a Mission. Okay, so it's a band of like five dudes with they're all wearing what is that? Are they wearing suits? I was like, yeah, they're wearing like all black outfits or whatever. And then they just wear wolf heads. Like they have like wolf masks. It's so high quality too, so it's not even like the cheap ones. I don't, I don't know how to process this information. They make good music. Okay, that's good. They did the intro to Gundam. Oh, Iron Blooded Orphans. I haven't finished that anime yet. I was gonna cosplay one of the characters with a friend, but like we canceled because of the pandemic. The pandemic happened, and so we had to cancel our cosplay plans. So sad. There was a guy going to a furry con in his fursuit, and then he fell. Like, ooh, 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 wait, is that? Wait. It later turned out to be his sister. Okay, wait. I have a question with that. Right. Um, the idea of doing it with someone you haven't even unmasked seems very strange, and I don't doubt that that type of thing would happen. Like, oh, there's someone you knew, right? But I don't know, man. It's like I don't know how real that is, just because it's like, were they not living together? That would be funny though. Horrible. That's actually quite horrible. What are the odds? Two furries in one family. Also in the hentai. That's so funny. The OP raise your flag. Oh, okay. The mask stays on. Okay, guys. Here's another confession from me. I feel like a lot of my confessions are just everything you learned about me was against your will. um, I realized in the pandemic that I had a mask kink. It was kind of funny how it happened because I just remembered growing up, I was always kind of into characters that hid their face, whether it was like with a helmet, with sunglasses, with like hentai hair covering their eyes, or like a mask of some sort. I remembered like a lot of my favorite characters, male or female. I would be interested in them if they had a mask. I just felt like that was like one of my favorite design tropes. And then I was joking about it. I was like, huh, I have a mask kink and a helmet kink. I wonder if it's just because I even have like a mute kink sometimes where like the character doesn't talk that often or at all. And I was just like, do I just not like it when men talk? Like, do I just not like seeing men's faces? Like, yeah, exactly. The helmet stays on. Like, holy shit! Do you guys know Daft Punk? I was so I was so in love with them growing up. Like, I remember like I had such a crush on like the short one. Wait, was that Guy? I think that was Guy. So like yeah, his name is Guy, but like in French, so it's like Guy. And then the other one was like Thomas. And I just remembered I had such a crush on like the short one because he had like a cool like motorcycle helmet looking helmet, and I was just like, oh my god, that's so hot. I want to get that's why I told you guys I had a crush on like the original stormtroopers. I love their design so much. It's real. It happened ages ago, but the story made its round back then. They hid being a furry at home, and they just met, got along, had a lot in common, decided to do it. But since they both were furry, they kept their. That's horrible. No, that's so bad. Oh my god. Oh, that's you just want the faceless guy experience. Yeah. Is that weird? Is that weird? Actually, whenever I have a dirty dream, a lot of the time the guy does not have a face. Like I'm just there to grind on a faceless body. I'm just there for a good time. I don't need to like be in love with what your face looks like. Like helmet stays on. Also, don't say a word or sound. Exactly. It's just like, hey, wait, is this why people like the hentai tag emotionless sex? This is probably what that relates to, because I don't really like the idea of emotionless sex unless it has these other prerequisites. What are we here for? To be fair, you're all faceless to me. That's why I love you guys. Yeah, you're all anons. But yeah, no, it's very funny how that works. It's like I remembered I came across this one TikTok because like back in 2020 or 2021, I can't remember when it was exactly. I came across this TikTok where someone was like, "My child is completely fine," and then the next clip was them showing all their kinks. So like handcuff kink, mask kink, helmet kink, mommy kink, daddy kink. And I was just like, they just like me for real, for real. So that was very funny. I learned so much about myself through memes. Like I didn't know that a mask kink was a thing until I found a bunch of TikToks about it, and I was just like, oh, that's what it is. I see, I see. Wants green faceless men in fancy suits. Oh no! Listen. I am not immune to the whole Tumblr sexy man thing, right? If someone cleans up well, it'll be because, like, in my opinion, a guy looks amazing in a nicely fitted suit or a motorcycle helmet. Imagine a guy is just like, oh, I hear you have a helmet kink, and then whips out a bike helmet. imagine, imagine a bicycle helmet. The panties are coming off. Jesus. Oh my god. It's like you think about stuff like this where it's just like, oh, like, hey baby girl, I hear you have a mask kink. Let me just pull out my my George W. Bush silicone mask. speaking of speaking of which, right? I'm so excited for Halloween. Like every time I see someone cosplaying as like the guy Ghostface, I think was his name from Scream. I'm just like, ooh. That'll make your pussy throb. That guy has skill. Helmet somewhere. Masquerade is Enaria's dream. I'm so upset that I can't go to a masquerade ball. I've been to lots of formal events before, but I haven't been to a masquerade ball. I did win like best dress at a party one time, so that was fun. But yeah, no, it's just like you think about like your kinks, and then seeing like a very cursed way of interpreting that, right? It's like imagine being like, oh, I really find guys in sunglasses like really hot, and then they show up with like those like weird like triangular anime shades, like those anime sunglasses. I was just like, well, I'll still smash, but that was kind of weird. Ah, man. I don't know. There's just like a lot of things that I've been learning about myself because, as I mentioned before, I grew up in a very conservative, very strict, uptight household, and so I didn't really explore this side of myself until not too long ago. So I'm basically learning a lot of things about myself and like seeing what I like and what I don't like. That's why I like to ask. I don't judge people, but I like to ask questions. Like I met someone a couple years ago, and they like first day I met them, they told me that they had a piss kink and a fart kink. And while I didn't judge too much, I did ask them about it. I was like, "Why do you like those things? Like, what's in it for you?" Mm. Mm. So that's why I always tell you guys, in my streams, you can talk about whatever as long as you're being respectful, because I'm not here to kink shame. Actually, I kind of am, but like you're allowed to talk about it. My kink is kink shaming others. Camina sunglasses are peak. I love the girl. Yeah, the girl lag. I love those. I love those sunglasses. They're so fucking funny to me. What was in it for him? He said he likes being used as a toilet, and I'm just like, I guess that kind of makes sense in a way, where it's like, how those hentai girlies are always saying stuff like, use me as a cum dumpster, you know? So I guess it's the same thing for him. I feel like the scat thing is a bit extreme, but I understand if that's like your mentality. He was a toilet in his past life. Can you imagine? Oh wait, can you imagine like like a dojinshi, like isekai, reincarnated as a toilet? Oh God, Jesus. It's fine being open with our kinks and Narias. We could just, yeah, exactly. It's like it's like being like close friends means that you can bully each other, right? So it's like if I'm gonna talk about my weird kinks, you guys should be free to talk about your weird kinks too. It's like there's no judgment here. I mean, there's some judgment. I mean, let's be real, but like. It's just really funny. I bet that exists. I'm going to look it up. Let me see. Um, Reincarnated as a toilet. God, I swear to God. Dungeon toilet. Well, that's just a normal isekai. Oh wait, no, it's like they're not they're not a toilet, but they're toilet paper. Hmm, fascinating. Oh, you know what? I came across this one dojinshi reincarnated as a sex toy. And so but like the thing with that, right, is like, okay, think about it. Let's say, okay, a sentient sex toy. Where are you feeling pleasure, right? Because it's not the same as like having a penis, because you are the penis. So how does that work? Like realistically speaking, paper. How would that be reused? Also, the yeah. The isekai toilet looks cute clean. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if I could handle that type of. I mean, it's just way too crazy. I mean, here's the thing. I understand. Wait, what was that one isekai anime where it's like basically the guy is reincarnated as like as a binaural ASMR microphone, and so he's just used by these like anime women, and it's just ASMR bait. Like that is like precisely what the anime is made for. But that I can understand. It's like you're enjoying the ASMR directly, but something like the reincarnated as a sex toy thing, it's like, okay, does that mean you feel tingles all over your body? Like, how does that work? It's like it's very strange. Apology for the audio, but I didn't notice. Yeah. Paper, yeah, okay, so the thing with like the toilet paper thing, it seems like it's just like it's like a party of heroes in a dungeon, and then one person is just rolls of toilet paper. So I'm like, how does that work? So it's just, what is that even for? You know, it's like your hole is a yeah, like it's just very weird, because this is exactly why the movie what was it called, uh Sausage Party. That's why Sausage Party doesn't make sense to me, because everything is like something is simultaneously like their mouth and their genital. Like, how am I supposed to understand what's happening here? Because the thing that you're trying to use as a genital, you were just using as a mouth earlier. So it's like, are you shoving something in your mouth or in a genital? It's like it doesn't make sense to me. Is it, yeah, it's like there's giantess fetish. Oh, this is okay. So so I didn't fully understand the giantess thing because I was like, oh, is this like a vor thing? And then I remembered that that one anime from my childhood, Midori days, where this guy who it was a complete joke of an anime because it was like the mangaka was just making fun of his friend who said something about how like, oh, like your right hand is your girlfriend or something. And so Midori days, it's like this guy wakes up and his hand is like an anime girl, and so he just has like a girl attached to him. And so it's kind of so yeah, it's like I did get curious at some point, and I did check out like size different tags, and it's like it's not like I don't know. It's the same reason why people like orcs in certain scenarios, right? Is because they like the idea of like, oh, this girl is so little compared to this dude who's like huge, right? So I guess like a giant testing is like pretty much the exact same reason. I mean, that's why Mount Lady in My Hero Academia exists. Like she is precisely for that fetish. Is either vor or being stepped on for like 90%. I like the giantess tropes that have like you basically getting shoved into her titties. I like that. It's nice. Is actually a girl that liked him or something like that too, and she ended up as his hand. Oh yeah, it was like an actual person, which I thought was weird. But I mean, I guess magic stuff happens. A lot of dumb stuff, but I like the tinies exploring a giantess while she's oh, interesting. It's like, oh, you're like a little bug and you're just crawling all over her body. Yeah, it's very interesting trope. Um, like here's the thing, right? It's like it only works in anime because like how are you supposed to explain this to non-anime fans? Like it's so weird. It's the adventure. um, she wishes to be with him so hard. Yeah, it's like when you're down bad, when you're down horrendous, that you become his hand. But I mean, it worked out for them in the end, I guess. But still weird. Irene wants to climb. Yeah, exactly. It's just like I want to climb that person like a tree. That's why we get shoved in lockers. We're all just tiny boys and girls, crossing the Twin Peaks. Come on, lads, there's a valley right there. That would be funny though. That's why like there's yeah, that's why there were so many people that loved Lady D. I cannot pronounce her name. Lady D from that one game. What was it called? Lady Dimitrescu. Yeah. Like that's why people loved her so much. She's just a sexy, tall lady. Big woman. We love big women. Could have been worse. A guy's to become See, that's the thing. How would he even enjoy that, because all that's really happening is that he's suffocating a girl every time he wears pants. Resident Evil. Oh, okay. Let me see, where is she from? Which Resident Evil?